Ain't no way this is Taraji. What has happened to Taraji? That's impossible. There's no way that this is Taraji. What happened to her? She looks very, very different. And everybody around her is embracing her new look.
You're not drinking, or decision to not drink anymore? How did that?
I do have my wine brand, and I love my 7 daughters, but I do take breaks. For 5 months I had stopped drinking because I felt like I needed clarity. I needed to get rid of some negative energy that was in my life that I couldn't see. Because, and not to say that I have a drinking problem or anything like that. I just think like you fast sometimes because you need to reset your system. I did this sobriety for like 5 months.
Girl, is there something in the water over at Taraji's house? Because she's been looking very different lately, and people are losing it. We know she's been open about her battles with alcohol and the insane stress of being a Black actress in Hollywood. So maybe this new look was her way of opening a new chapter in her life, like most Hollywood actresses. But according to Common, Taraji's makeover is more like a desperate strategic attempt to take back her career that's quietly derailed because of her addiction with alcohol. After that explosive Color Purple scandal, insiders say that Hollywood has sidelined her, claiming that her alcohol issues make her a liability for any major project because there's a chance she would blow up like that again. So what is really going on, and why is Common of all people reacting to it?
So 2018 was when I finally got a real quote. And that is the last time that I haven't gotten a raise since then. And each and every project that I have to fight for that.
You still have to fight.
I have to fight for that. Yeah.
What does that do to you?
That's why I'm not excited anymore.
It takes
all of that away. And I know what other people are getting paid.
What do you think that's about?
It's about me being a woman and a Black woman. I still don't think that this town respects what Black women bring to the table.
Mind you, this career downturn is especially shocking considering Taraji is an Oscar-nominated actress for her role in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. She also made history by becoming the first African-American actress to win the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actress in a drama series for Empire. By the time Empire came to an end, Taraji understandably believed she had proven she could carry a major project and that Hollywood would finally give her the respect and opportunities she had earned. Instead, she says the industry continued treating every new role as though it were doing her a favor, and the long-awaited breakthrough never truly arrived. What made the situation even more frustrating was that this wasn't the first time Taraji thought she was finally on the verge of getting the recognition she deserved, only to be disappointed again. The first time she felt Hollywood was paying attention was after her performance in the 2001 film Baby Boy. But while her co-star, Tyrese Gibson, went on to land major franchises like Fast and Furious, Taraji still found herself fighting for meaningful opportunities. The same pattern repeated itself after Hustle and Flow in 2005 and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button in 2008. Even earning an Oscar nomination wasn't enough to deliver the career-defining moment she had been hoping for. To show just how much she was dealing with behind the scenes, Taraji has spoken about having to accept disrespect simply to remain in the film. According to her account, when she was offered a role in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, she requested a salary of $500,000. The studio initially agreed, but later came back with an offer of just $100,000. After negotiations, she managed to raise it to $150,000. However, once taxes were deducted and she paid her team, she says she took home only about $40,000. Meanwhile, the film went on to earn roughly $335 million at the worldwide box office. That's an unbelievable gap. Walking away with such a small payout from a movie that generated hundreds of millions would leave almost anyone feeling frustrated, especially knowing that some of the film's biggest stars likely earned several $1 million for their work.
I could not know, when Benjamin Button didn't want to pay me, I was just asking $500,000. When they didn't want to give me that, I couldn't go, I'm not doing this movie.
Right.
And I wasn't thinking about critical acclaim. Because in my mind, it was Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett that were the shoe-ins. I was just happy to be in their company. You know what I mean? And I had to swallow my pride, and I had to, you know, just give the best performance that I could, because, you know, that's what I always try to do, and walk away. And
Taraji handled disappointment after disappointment with the same grace, professionalism, and resilience that had become her trademark. But by the time Empire was dominating television and she was still facing the same uphill battle, she had finally reached her breaking point. Taraji later revealed that she fired everyone on her team because she felt they had completely mismanaged her career during the height of Empire's success. And honestly, it's not hard to understand why. Despite Cookie Lyon becoming one of the most talked about characters on television, there were no major endorsement deals, advertising campaigns, or exciting opportunities coming her way that reflected just how massive her popularity had become. To make matters worse, there were reportedly plans to develop a new series centered around Cookie Lyon, and Taraji agreed to participate as long as the project was handled properly. But according to her, that opportunity slipped away as well, adding yet another disappointment to an already frustrating pattern. If her decision to replace her entire team wasn't enough to make her feelings clear, she drove the point home during the promotional tour for her 2019 film What Men Want. "Pay me my money. Pay me what I deserve. We deserve it. And you need us." The end. By then, Taraji was no longer the aspiring actress willing to accept anything just to stay employed. She had reached a point in her career where she was comfortable walking away from roles that didn't reflect her value. However, some critics and commentators have argued that Hollywood wasn't particularly welcoming to a successful Black actress who openly challenged the industry's pay disparities and demanded equal treatment. Instead of her honesty opening more doors, Taraji has suggested that she began feeling increasingly pushed to the sidelines. According to various reports and public speculation, people close to her, including Common, have expressed concern about the emotional toll those experiences may have taken on her. Allegedly, the constant pressure, career burnout, and anxiety led her to rely on marijuana and alcohol as a way to cope with the stress. Those personal struggles reportedly reached a turning point in 2023 during the promotional tour for The Color Purple. Taraji has never been known for hiding her feelings, but during an interview with Gayle King, she appeared more candid and emotional than ever, openly sharing the pain and frustration she had been carrying for years.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, "You work a lot." Well, have to. The math ain't mathin'.
She revealed that she had seriously considered walking away from acting because, in her words, the math simply wasn't adding up. After more than 20 years in the industry, she said she was still fighting for basic on-set accommodations that should have come with her level of experience and success. According to Taraji, she often struggled to receive proper amenities, decent meals, and even a private changing room she could call her own. For someone with her resume and accomplishments, she felt those ongoing battles highlighted just how little had changed despite everything she had achieved throughout her career.
Oh, that was like some one-time thing. So you fall back to the bottom, and you gotta negotiate and fight tooth and nail to get what you made the last time. Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary, and almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what?
She
If I
publicly
don't take
called
a
out what she
stand,
described as
how am I
unfair
making it
working
easy for
conditions.
Fantasia and
even
Danielle
Oprah
and
Winfrey
Hallie
became part of the
and
conversation.
Felicia?
Taraji's
Then
concerns were
why
echoed
am I
by
doing
other
this?
actresses,
If it's all
including
just for me,
Gabrielle
what
Union,
why are
Keke
you
Palmer,
here?
and Octavia Spencer, who voiced similar frustrations, making it clear that this wasn't just a Taraji Henson issue. According to them, many Black actresses had experienced the same challenges throughout their careers. While Taraji believed she was speaking up for herself and advocating for others in the industry, many felt Hollywood didn't respond positively. Reports and online speculation claimed that her relationship with influential figures had become strained, and that the number of major film opportunities coming her way gradually began to decline. Some reports also alleged that a narrative was spreading around Hollywood portraying Taraji as difficult to work with and a potential liability on large productions. Others further claimed that some of her emotional public moments were being unfairly linked to her past struggles with alcohol. For her part, Taraji has pushed back against those assumptions. She has shared that she feels much calmer and more clear-headed since stepping away from alcohol. Although she occasionally enjoys a glass of wine, she has explained that she no longer drinks heavily because her body simply can't handle it the way it once did. Taraji also revealed that she took a much-needed soul-cleansing trip to Bali after realizing that smoking and drinking were only temporary escapes and weren't addressing the deeper emotional and professional challenges she had been carrying for years.
You're not drinking, or decision to not drink anymore? How did that?
I do have my wine brand, and I love my 7 daughters, but I do take breaks.
But once the industry labels someone as difficult or unpredictable, and that narrative starts to spread, it can be incredibly hard to break free from it. On top of that, as women in Hollywood get older, the number of leading roles often begins to shrink, with studios increasingly favoring younger actresses. Taraji is now 55 years old, and many people have pointed out how limited the opportunities become for Black actresses in that age group. Too often, they're offered roles as the church auntie, the grieving or bitter wife, or someone's wise and supportive mother instead of complex, leading characters. With fewer roles available and reports suggesting that some in Hollywood viewed her as a risk, Taraji may have felt the pressure of time working against her. According to this perspective, Common believes the changes to her appearance could have been an attempt to refresh her image and reignite interest in her career. However, as someone who has spent decades in the entertainment industry, he reportedly doesn't believe that changing her appearance alone will solve the problem. In his view, it has nothing to do with Taraji's talent, professionalism, or resume. Instead, he believes the real issue is an industry that has long been criticized for failing to provide equal opportunities and fair treatment, even to an Oscar-nominated and Golden Globe-winning actress, while allegedly punishing those who speak openly about their experiences. Despite the setbacks, Taraji's loyal fan base has rallied behind her. Many supporters have shared heartfelt messages online, expressing empathy and admiration for everything she has endured. One fan wrote, "As a Black woman currently dealing with career frustration, I know how painful it is to want more, know you've earned it, and still watch doors keep closing in your face. I'm angry for Taraji and the way she's been treated." Another commented, "What's crazy is that studios will sometimes bring in British actors with little experience and pay them more rather than fairly compensate Black American actors." A third supporter added, "I'm not African American, but there's no actress I admire more than Taraji. She brings depth, emotion, and passion to every role. She deserves so much more than she's received." Others simply said they could see the exhaustion in her eyes and hoped better opportunities were still ahead for her. At the same time, some believe that discussing pay disparities so openly during the Color Purple press tour may have hurt her standing within the industry, while others argue she was simply speaking the truth. What do you think? Did Taraji make a career-changing mistake by speaking publicly about her pay during the Color Purple press run, or was she right to stand up for herself and other actresses? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more celebrity updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.